You look at your lemon tree and it seems just fine. The leaves are green, the branches are growing. Maybe it has even been a year or two, but still no lemons appear, not even small ones. This is something many gardeners quietly notice over time. The tree looks alive, even healthy, yet nothing comes from it. No flowers, no fruit, just leaves, season after season. Sometimes this happens after a full growing cycle. You water it, you care for it, you wait, and still nothing changes. There is usually one simple reason behind this, and once you begin to see it clearly, the tree often begins to respond in its own time. This is not rare. It is something experienced growers notice again and again across different gardens. And if this is happening to you, you are not doing anything wrong. Before explaining why this happens, it helps to understand what the tree is actually doing. A lemon tree can look strong and still not produce fruit. This can feel confusing at first. We often think that if a plant is growing well, it should also be ready to give fruit. But growth and fruiting are not the same thing. A tree uses its energy in different ways. Sometimes it focuses on growing leaves and branches. This is called vegetative growth. It helps the tree become bigger and stronger. At other times, the tree shifts its energy toward flowering and fruiting. This is a different process. It requires a different kind of balance inside the plant. If a tree stays in the first stage for too long, it may keep growing leaves but never move toward fruit. So, when you see many green leaves, it does not always mean fruit is coming soon. It only means the tree is comfortable growing. The question then becomes, what helps the tree move from growing to producing? In many cases, the answer is simpler than it seems. Most lemon trees that do not produce fruit are missing one key condition, and that is sunlight. Not just a little light, not a few bright hours, but steady, direct sunlight for a good part of the day. Sunlight does more than help leaves grow. It tells the tree when it is time to flower. Without enough light, the tree may remain in that comfortable growing stage. It has no reason to shift. This is something many gardeners overlook. The tree may be placed near a window or in a spot that feels bright, but for the tree, it may not be enough. Light that feels bright to us is not always strong enough for fruiting plants. So the tree continues to grow leaves quietly, steadily, but it does not take the next step. When the light improves, something changes. Slowly, the tree begins to respond. Now, how much sunlight is actually enough? In simple terms, a lemon tree usually needs around 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight each day. This does not have to be perfect every single day, but it should be consistent over time. You can often see the signs when light is not enough. The leaves may look healthy but a bit soft. The growth may be long and stretched. The tree may lean toward the light source. These are quiet signals, nothing dramatic. But they tell you the tree is searching for more light. If your tree is indoors, this can be more noticeable. Windows filter light. Even a sunny window may not provide the same strength as being outside. If you are new to this, it is okay. Many people place their plants where they look nice, not where they grow best. This is very normal. Small adjustments can make a difference over time. There is also another gentle factor that can keep a tree leafy but without fruit. Sometimes we care a little too much water or too much fertilizer can keep the tree in a growing phase. When a tree receives constant nutrients and moisture, it feels comfortable. It keeps producing leaves. It has no reason to shift toward fruiting. In a natural setting, plants go through small periods of stress, not harm but slight changes. This helps trigger flowering. When everything is always perfect, the tree may not make that shift. This does not mean you should stop caring for your tree. It simply means balance matters. Let the soil dry slightly between watering. Avoid feeding too often. Give the tree space to follow its natural rhythm. Where you live also plays a quiet but important role. In warmer regions, lemon trees often grow outdoors year-round. They receive strong sunlight and natural temperature changes. This helps them move through their cycles more easily. In cooler regions, things are different. The tree may spend part of the year indoors. Light becomes limited. Temperatures stay more stable. This can slow down or delay fruiting. If your climate is cooler, it does not mean fruit is not possible. It simply means the process may take more time and a bit more attention to light. If the tree is moved indoors during winter, placing it near the brightest possible window can help. Some people also move their trees outside when the weather becomes warm again. Each small change supports the tree in its own way. At this point, you may be wondering what to change. The good news is it does not need to be complicated. Often it begins with observing where your tree is placed. Notice how much direct sunlight it receives during the day. If the light is limited, even a small move to a brighter spot can help. You may also look at your watering habits. If the soil always feels wet, giving it a little more time to dry can make a difference. Feeding can be reduced slightly, especially if the tree is already growing well. These are small changes, gentle adjustments, nothing extreme, and they do not need to happen all at once. Over time, the tree begins to respond in quiet ways. Before fruit appears, there are often small signs. You may notice tiny buds forming, very small at first, easy to miss. The leaves may grow a little slower. The branches may feel stronger and more balanced. These are early signals that the tree is shifting its focus. This process takes time, not days, but weeks, sometimes longer. It moves at its own pace, and that is something many gardeners need to hear. It is easy to feel like something is wrong when fruit does not appear quickly. But in many cases, the tree is simply waiting for the right balance. You have not failed. You have not missed something important. The tree is still learning its environment, and you are learning with it. Patience is not a delay. It is part of the process. If you continue observing and making small, thoughtful changes, the tree often finds its way. If you have been growing a lemon tree for some time, you might already have noticed patterns. What has worked for you so far? Has your tree ever flowered, even once? You can share your experience in the comments if you feel comfortable. Sometimes hearing from others brings new understanding in a simple way. In the end, this comes down to something very gentle. Lemon trees do not need constant effort. They do not need to be pushed. They respond best when the conditions feel right. A bit more light, a bit less interference, a little patience. When those things come together, the tree begins to do what it was always meant to do. So instead of doing more, try doing a little less. Give the tree what it truly needs, and then allow it the time to respond. Do less, get more.